fight between, Tungwarara, as well as also the fight between Gudawashe Takwirei. Emerson Dambuzo Mnangagwa chose to take side of the Gudawashe Takwirei faction. And we know that the Gudawashe Takwirei faction is also fronted by Temba Mliswa. He appears as its spokesperson. Anyone who actually takes aim at Gudawashe Takwirei, you will have Temba Mliswa to face. Guess what? Today, Temba Mliswa could not hide his joy, especially when Emerson Dambuzo Mnangagwa undertook the last trick, the 11th hour decision to stop one of his allies, that is Paul Temta Tungwarara, who happens to be his special advisor on UAE investments. He was ashamed yesterday when his rally was stopped during the last hour. I think this also signals the fewer chances of Paul Temta Tungwarara even making it to the ZANU-PF Central Committee. And this demonstrates the power that Gudawashe Takwirei and the influence that he has on Emerson Dambuzo Mnangagwa. Greetings and welcome to your lovely channel, the Hlonipani Global News. If you are watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the red or black subscribe button so that next time when we beam live, you become the very first one to watch us. According to Temba Mliswa, he wrote the following. He said, Zwagureba manje. The Manicaland crew attempted to lobby the president to proceed with their program, but that has been met with another outright refusal. The president, known for his commitment to procedural integrity as a lawyer, has demonstrated a clear aversion to undermining his own party. You see, they are now manipulating Emerson Dambuzo Mnangagwa because he has actually fought against the other faction, which is opposed to Takwirei. Then Temba Mliswa is portraying him as a good lawyer. She says this unfortunate turn of events places Tungwarara in a precarious position. His continued involvement in these controversies further alienates him from potential entry into the Central Committee. I have already said this, rendering his prospects increasingly bleak. As a confidant, I have advised him to redirect his efforts towards business pursuits, steering clear of the treacherous waters of political ambition. If I were in his shoes, I would not hesitate to write a letter expressing regret for tarnishing the party's reputation, while also relinquishing aspirations for the Central Committee. So you see, that is where the problem is. And Temba Mliswa here is speaking on behalf of his bosses, the men who pays him. He wants Tungwarara to write to the Central, to actually the party of Mnangagwa and actually relinquish his Central Committee position, because that's where the issue is. When Takwirei sees Tungwarara also attempting to go to the Central Committee, he sees Tungwarara as a competition. That is what he is fighting against, and he appears to have won as Mnangagwa decided to side with the faction of Takwirei. As juvenile politicians, how formidable is their relationship with the president to think that they can undermine the structures of the party and get away with it. Mukwa's blunted disregard for the Commerce directive, particularly his convening of another meeting to endorse decisions made in defiance of official guidance, illustrate a troubling trend. If he remains unpunished, his reckless behavior is bound to persist. As I have said before, the real problem isn't Tungwarara, but Manicaland sellouts who for money can facilitate the undermining of the president and party with reckless abandon. The party's orders have been unequivocal, yet these individuals appear unfazed, raising the question of whether they truly believe the president will act against the party's interest on their behalf. Furthermore, this debate reflects poorly on the national chairperson, whose failure to guide and manage her own province tarnishes her credibility as a national leader. Hey, now it's Opam Chiguri who is in the receiving end. In the days of Titimas Mutas as Secretary General, he ensured that Manicaland adhered to party loyalty and refrained from undermining the president. It is baffling why Manicaland would expose itself by challenging the president so brazenly. Mbavama zvino zvikurambidzwa neparty to such an extent mukutuma nani or imari yakawanda say which can make you think if the president will undermine the party for you. One must ponder, to whom are these individuals beholden and from whence do they derive such audacity? I have previously cautioned that ZANU-PF is not a frivolous vessel for personal entertainment or ambition. Hence, Tungwarara must tread carefully. Some have theorized that Tungwarara is positioning himself in competition with Takwirei through his empowerment initiative, but such assertions are misguided. Politically, Paul remains an upstart, still striving to establish his credentials within the party. In contrast, Guda, you see now, is promoting his boss. Guda's extensive tenure in the party is marked by tangible achievements and a positive record. Again, he is a central committee member who has consistently worked within party guidelines for years. Anoshanda nekwara remusangano asingabuti. This is evident in Harare province, where they are the sole province which returned from the conference to provide feedback. This is unlike Paul, who, having only recently emerged, still seeking to make a name for himself, already finds himself ensnared in controversy, in friction with the party directive and leaders. The central issue in ZANU-PF currently is the 2030 agenda, and one would expect that is the program everyone would be focused on. The public needs a narrative explaining why they should support the 2030 idea. That is the central party agenda for this moment. To then have a province confusing the party masses with intolerant and divisional stance shouldn't be tolerated. So that is Temba Mliswa for you. So Temba Mliswa is asking Tungwarara to actually apologize for actually seeking. In fact, the way he is putting it, he makes it as if it was a criminal offense for Tungwarara to focus on actually ascending to the ZANU-PF Central Committee, questioning his credentials over the credentials of Gudawashe Takwirei, saying Gudawashe Takwirei has been working for ZANU-PF for quite some time, and as such, he is more qualified than Tungwarara. That is the view of Temba Mliswa. Also, he did not leave out the chairperson of the party. In fact, it's not the chairperson of the party. If you have been following Temba Mliswa for quite some time, he is against the quietness of the Youth League. He wanted the Youth League to actually fight Tungwarara. He is also up in arms with the chairperson of ZANU-PF. That is also the Minister of Defense, Opam Chinguri, questioning why he has been quiet, he has been silent when all this has been ongoing, saying Manicaland is is her home province. She should have actually stood up and defended the interest of Gudawashe Takwire. I think I sense a Gudawashe Takwire who is a bully. I sense a Gudawashe Takwire who is a bully, who wants people to, I mean, he's projecting himself as some form of a Jesus in ZANU-PF. That doesn't want to be crossed, that wants people to be actual, to start bootlicking him within ZANU-PF. And I think that on its own will cause serious problems with other ZANU-PF members. Thank you very much for watching us. If you are watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the red or black subscribe button so that next time when we beam live, you become the very first one to watch us. You can financially support this channel by pressing the join button and be part of our members who are the heartbeat of this channel. You can equally do so by pressing the thanks button and send us stars. Oganqube Umhlabane is signing off. Let me love and leave you. Let's meet on the other side of the live broadcast.